Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. As many of you know, if you've watched my previous videos on the 80D and on the 70D and my favorite Canon lenses for APS-C sensor Canons like the 70D, the 80D, the 77D, all the Rebel series, the T7i, the 7D, coming the 7D Mark II, all those cameras. 10 to 18 is one of my favorite. It ranks in my top 3 or 4 lenses that I recommend for the Canons. Just to give you a quick refresh, you can look up the previous video, but quickly, 18 to 135 STM, one of my favorite budget, good value lenses for the Canon crop sensor bodies. The 10 to 18, which is the one we're going to talk about here, the 10 to 18, the ultra wide STM lens, very nice lens, and the 55 to 250 IS lens. I can't remember if that got an STM update or not, but for the price, that thing's a very good performing lens for very little money. And then, obviously, for those of you that are familiar with the channel and my videos, the 50 f1.8 STM. Amazing little lens for a very, very bargain price of around $125 or so. Everybody should add this to their kit when you're starting out to get you into primes. It's an STM lens. It's good for video. It's extremely sharp. It's got that f1.8 speed, nice bokeh, ability to blow out the background, shallow depth of field for a very, very cheap price. But back to the 10 to 18. The reason I wanted to bring that up is we have a viewer writing in with a little mini review, if you will, of the 10 to 18. I wanted to share it with you because it was well written, and I like when you guys get back to me, get back to the rest of us, all the viewers on Art of the Image, with your experiences with a given piece of gear. And I happen to really like the 10 to 18, so this kind of tickled me. This is from Dengor45HD, that's the YouTube username. Writes in and says, "It inspires me to think outside my comfort zone. My first ultra-wide. I use it on a 77D, so that's the Canon 77D, and it works fine in low light. I made a video of the kids dancing with one small lamp for light. It works better than anything I've used in good light and not a sound. Very smooth transitioning from one subject to another, even large distances between them. At a hockey game, I put it on for a few minutes and got up against the glass. Great extreme close-ups of the action when they moved in. Anyone saying it isn't good in low light has never tried it. And the IS works great, much better than many other Canon lenses. Also, down a stop or so, it's sharp throughout and no noticeable light fall off. You more than get your money's worth plus." So, great little mini review. Thank you very much for writing in with that. The reason I want to share it with you is that it really mimics my experiences with that lens and why I love that lens and recommend it so much. It's an ultra wide for an amazing price. It's right around $200. I'll put a link below. You can check it out. But you get, until you've shot with an ultra wide, especially on a crop sensor body, you're not seeing the width, the latitude here you can get from an ultra wide like that, and it opens up a world of shooting possibilities, not just for vlogging, which it does. You know, Casey Neistat loves these ultra wide lenses on his 80D and uses it as a vlogging camera. You just have to be careful of where you position yourself and other people on an ultra wide if you're shooting people, because it can distort. But if you watch Casey's channel, you can see he's done a lot of good work with very little distortion using this lens. You can also use it for all these various things. You know, a hockey game up close to the glass, interesting action shots, extreme close-ups, and, you know, our viewer is saying it's very good in low light, and the IS works great. You stop it down a bit, and it's very sharp throughout. He's saying no noticeable light fall off. And these are things that I noticed, too, when shooting this lens. These are all qualities that made this lens such a darling for me and one of my top recommended in my top 4 of best value lenses for APS-C shooters on the Canon side. So I just wanted to share that with you. I want to thank you very much, Dengor45HD, for writing in with your little review there. If you guys have any questions about the Canon 10 to 18, please leave them in the comments below. We'll see if we can get them answered for you. If you have any feedback on it yourself, if you own it or you've shot with it and you want to let us know how you feel about it, positive or negative, let us know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you guys. And I just want to say thanks again and stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.